Alright, you guys, what is up? It's the Grass Ninja. We're gonna talk about Boruto episode 203. I just recorded this a second ago, but it went on really long because there's a lot of other ideas that this episode made me want to talk about. But I want to stick to just the episode itself and a little bit about the Osutsuki clan, just because this episode and the last episode that we got, 202, basically set up that the Osutsuki are involved in some sort of way, right? So, episode 203, we get to see what's happening at Naruto's house with Kawaki and Naruto. They're chatting about this missing piece to the vase that Kawaki's trying to rebuild, which basically kind of symbolizes like Kawaki's trying to put this vase back together, but it's got a small hole in it and it leaks out, right? So it's useless as a vase, right? And Kawaki putting this vase back together kind of like symbolizes like him trying to put himself back together, because he's a damaged child and he's trying to figure out how to like trust people and accept people's help and things like that, and like, you know, be less of like, you know, a jerk and a murderous kid, right? Because the way he was brought up was really dark and stuff, and this vase and him building it back up is basically symbolic of him building himself back up, right? So the vase is kind of important. It'll pop up again. But as he's looking around the house for this final piece of the vase, he basically determines he can't find it, and he says that he'll have to plug up the hole some other way. And right then and there, his karma starts freaking out and makes a new symbol we haven't seen before. Well, technically we have seen it in the anime before, but for the karma on his hand, we haven't seen that pattern appear on his hand before. And it looked very similar to one of the horn shapes that Sasuke saw in that previous dimension in episode 202, where the hologram panels were, where Sasuke would push on one of the Osutsuki panels, and then that hologram of the Osutsuki would appear in that center platform. One of those symbols looked just like Kawaki's karma pattern, and then Jigen manifested a portal through Kawaki's karma and teleported right inside of Naruto's house. Okay, now this man Jigen, we get to see some of his personality traits here, and this is why he's one of my more favorite Kara members, because he's very polite for being so menacing. Okay, so he teleports into Naruto's house and steps inside of his living room, right? Now Naruto notices this whole thing going down, because it's not like a very instantaneous thing. Kawaki's shaking in pain, he falls to the floor, and then a portal opens up, right? And Naruto sees this whole thing, asking if Kawaki's okay, what's going on, and then boom, enters Jigen, just walks straight through the portal, lands in Naruto's living room. Jigen immediately says hello to Kawaki. What up, Naruto? He apologizes to Naruto for walking in his living room with his shoes on. He's like, oh man, this appears to be your living room. Well, sorry for stepping in your house with my shoes on. And Naruto's like, bro, I don't care about none of that. Who are you? What are you doing here? And then that's, you know, Kawaki basically says, Jigen, you bastard, and this and that. And the cool thing is, like, you know, Naruto gets pinned down rather easily, right? Like, Jigen can use, like, the black rods, similar to, like, what we saw Pain use, or Obito use, or Madara use, Momoshiki, any of these Osutsuki, anyone with, like, 6 pass tier abilities, we've seen these black rods before. They're not new, okay? They absorb chakra, they inhibit your chakra, they basically stop you from molding chakra, creating ninjutsu, and amping your physical stats via chakra, right? So they basically stop your chakra flow entirely, right? So these black rods are used to pin Naruto in place, basically subduing him. Konohamaru and the other Leaf Jonin are there. They try to support Naruto. They get the same treatment, right? Then Jigen is like back in Naruto's house faster than anything I've seen. They didn't even do like the classic like shinobi like anime lines, like when a character's moving super fast and they just disappear and they just turn into lines for a quick second. That didn't even happen. Jigen was just back inside of Naruto's house next to Kawaki, grabbed his arm where the karma is, starts trash talking, what's it called? Naruto to Kawaki's face, basically because Kawaki's trash talking back. He kind of initiated it to begin with. So he basically says that, like, you're not my father. I've never viewed you as a parent. Like, Kawaki saying this to Jigen, right? I've never viewed you as a parent. You're not my father. Basically, the Lord Hokage over here has been, like, more of a father to me than anyone ever has, right? And Jigen responds with, so you like the Hokage's toy more than my karma? Referring to that new synthetic arm that Kawaki has, right? And he basically goes on to say how he's disgusted by the sight of it. And he's like, you're coming with me. We're going to repair your arm. Okay? Kawaki gets so pissed. He activates Karma. Tries to strike Jigen. Jigen catches it. Continues to, like, crush his arm in the process. And what Kawaki does in response throughout, like, his hatred of Jigen and his desire to not be taken away, his karma, like, enters like a new level in this before in the anime. All right, he basically, the karma pattern spreads up his face and he starts to manifest a horn across his head, similar to what we've seen Jigen just do when he took chakra from the Ten Tails, and similar to that other Osutsuki that Sasuke saw when he used the hologram panels in the Ten Tails dimension. Okay, so Kawaki basically debuted a new form, which intrigued the hell out of Jigen. You know, he was like, how have you advanced so much? But it didn't seem like the form lasted too long because Kawaki, like, you can watch the episode on your own, but it seems like Kawaki can't handle that form for too long because Kawaki instantly reverts back to base, the karma shuts down and everything. And this is when the Nine Tails begins talking to Naruto and telling him, you look pathetic, you're supposed to be the Hokage. Naruto straight up says he can't move right now, and like, he's literally, like, paralyzed. So what happens is like, the Nine Tails gives Naruto some chakra. He basically enters his Six Paths chakra cloak, because we see in Naruto he utilizes the Six Path Sage mode in his eyes on top of the Kyuubi cloak. This frees him from Jigen's black rods initially. Basically, he's free to move again. And Naruto and Jigen begin swapping hands. They go back and forth. Then Jigen basically says, like, he basically points out the major weakness in Hokage Naruto is that Naruto fighting in the village is at a way bigger disadvantage than Naruto fighting, say, on, like, the Great Ninja War battlefield, where after the Ten Tails cataclysm, like, the Ten Tails already wiped out, like, huge chunks of land, and, like, the maps had to be redrawn and stuff after the Ten Tails cataclysm. And that's why Naruto was down to use, like, you know, Kurama Avatar, giving every shinobi a Kyuubi cloak and all that stuff, right? Naruto in the Leaf Village, he can't utilize big attacks like that because he can put other people at risk. And Jigen notices this and he's like, this is the weakness of the Hokage. You have too many people to protect. So then he goes on his way to direct his attacks at Konohamaru, who is literally stuck on the ground, just how Naruto was. Naruto has to swoop in, save him. He literally kicks him out of the way. Like, if you want to say Konohamaru is weak, low-key, he got kicked by Sage of Six Paths Naruto, and he was fine. That's just a joke. But, like, I mean, it happened. Like, he got kicked. Like, Naruto legit punted him out of the way and took damage at the same time, because he basically had to take the attack so that way Konohamaru wouldn't get hit, and then he kicked Konohamaru out of the way so Konohamaru wouldn't be used as bait again. But, you know, Jigen takes it a step further and he's like, no, that's cool, you know, I got you, I'm just gonna blow up this whole place. Proceeds to, like, stick his hand up on, like, some Kid Buu shit and, like, starts to create this huge ball of chakra. It looks like, it reminded me of, like, you know, Kid Buu's, like, I think it's like the Death Ball, or like Frieza, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got the one hand up in the air, he's creating this huge ball of energy, and he's ready to slam it down, destroying Naruto's whole house, probably a huge chunk of the Leaf Village, if not the whole Leaf Village. Like, we just don't know how strong that attack was gonna be. But Kawaki was so scared of Jigen unleashing such an attack, and so was Kachi and Koji, Kawaki basically gave up. Like, he stepped out, said, alright, I surrender, you can take me, just don't hurt or kill the 7th Hokage. right? And I don't think it was just the 7th Hokage. I think it's also like the villagers of the leaf, but he says Lord 7th, right? Don't you dare disrespect Lord 7th. Don't harm the Lord 7th. So a lot of his stuff is geared towards Naruto personally, okay? You know, Jigen, you know, he stops the attack and he's like, good boy, come to me, you know what I'm saying? Naruto is like, nah fam, I don't care what this man has told you, I don't care what you're thinking, my job as Hokage is to protect everyone in this village because they're my family, and that includes you, Kawaki, right? Kawaki's moved, like emotionally, like he's starstruck, like, you know, he's like, bro, how is this guy who I'm already like super loyal to keep winning me over time and time again, right? Like, it's crazy. And you know, Jigen's done. Like, at this point, Jigen is pissed, so he opens up a portal trying to absorb the both of them. Naruto pushes Kawaki out of the way, and Naruto gets teleported to a brand new dimension. And Jigen says it's a world where the Leaf Village doesn't exist. So if you want to take it literally, it's a whole new planet, because he says this is a world, right? He teleports Naruto to a new world and then tries to abandon him there. Like, so he immediately opens up another portal and says, I'm gonna go back for Kawaki now and here. Okay, which is crazy, because basically if you don't have space-time ninjutsu, or I mean, I guess Naruto could reverse summon himself to Mount Moiboku and then have one of the toads summon him to the Leaf Village, but you know, it's not like Naruto doesn't have the chakra to do that. But without space-time ninjutsu or some kind of summonings or like shenanigans, Naruto would have been legit trapped there, okay? And if it wasn't for Sasuke showing up last minute the way he did, so basically Naruto's about to get stranded, and right before Jigen opens up a portal and walks through it, Sasuke kicks him out of the way. And this is when we get the end of the episode, where we see Naruto and Sasuke standing off against Jigen in a completely new world, right? And in the preview, we get to see Naruto manifest the QB avatar, Sasuke whips out Perfect Susanoo, and we see Jigen standing there in his karma state, ready to face off the both of them, alright? So this is what's so crazy. Like, manga viewers know what happens in this battle, but I'm telling you, hopefully, like, based off of the preview, episode 204 is about to look spectacular, okay? It might not look 100% like episode 65, where Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. It's probably not going to look like the final battle of Naruto v Sasuke, but I'm having high hopes for this episode 204. Alright, so episode 203 did a really good job of, like, you know, building up that hype that we're going to need in order to go into the next episode, because the results of that battle are shocking to say the least, okay? So if you're an anime only, or if you know some people who were die-hard Naruto fans and they just didn't get into Boruto, you gotta show them at least these past 5 episodes here. So, let's see, if we're at 203, you gotta show them 199 and 204, okay? At the very least. Like, tell them to watch these few episodes right here and then see if they can't get wrapped up in Boruto, or even go back further. Go back, like, you know, if that wraps them into it, then they need to watch the car actuation arc. They need to see, like, how it all started with Kawaki, okay? So that way all the emotions and everything get built up properly, so by the time we enter the next battle, or actually the battle after that, because basically there are 2 things that are going to happen after this this Jigen battle, okay? Sorry if you're an anime only, but you can look that name up if you want to, or don't, but just know the Osutsuki are coming. There's more of them, and then it ain't it ain't over till it's over, alright? So that's kind of all I want to say with this video, because it is dragging out to be kind of long. I don't want to be editing forever, but there is going to be another video coming out later in the week where we're going to discuss the Osutsuki clan, their strengths, their weaknesses, what a team of ninja would need if they were going to go out and try to successfully combat an Osutsuki. Yeah, so we're going to do a discussion video like that later in the week. But this has been the Boruto episode 203 review with your host, the Grass Ninja. Now, if you made it to the end, go ahead and comment something about the episode or the coming up episodes. Let me know what you're excited for. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss any videos. You know what I'm saying? If you got any theories or things that you feel like are worthy of discussion in the Boruto verse, if you got any other anime outside of the Naruto verse, just any other anime in general that you want me to check out, leave that stuff in the comment section below. Follow me on social medias. I'm not really on Instagram, but I have an Instagram. Go ahead, check me out on TikTok. All that stuff is in the description and on the screen. Got new video suggested for you popping up right about now. And yeah, I've been your host, the Grass Ninja, and I'm out. Peace.